Three, two, one. Good morning, everybody. It is Stefan ADIKA. You're on ADIKA Live, Coffee Talk with ADIKA. We're going to yanter a little bit. That means gossip maybe a little bit. And give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you like what you see today. And if you don't, please keep it going on. Do whatever you want to do. The live chat, keep it in the comments down below. I would love to hear your opinion about today's show. But first of all, you have your cup of coffee because when the cup is empty, the show is over. You see, I have some coffee in there. We're going to drink till the cup's empty. And hopefully the good old doctor will be here. He's having a little technical difficulties. But today it is that day. It is Monday, February 7th. And before we get started, you know what you have to do. If it's your first time here and you enjoy a bunch of nothing or a little something, subscribe, hit that bell to be reminded when we're coming on, because you know what? It's a lot of fun. Now get ready for your morning madness. Mwah.
It's Coffee Talk with ADIKA.
Good morning and cheers to you. I see you. You're looking beautiful today. But this first sip goes to you. You know what? And you can also find ADIKA Live on your favorite podcast in the morning, unedited, uncut. So whatever we do cut out today, it will be fully over there in podcast land, whether it's Apple or Google or Alexa. Just look up ADIKA Live. We're on everything. You know, the Spotify thing, I don't know if some people are denying it. Some people want to be a part of it. Some people are banning it. What's going on? It's trending big time in the news. So today's trending news, man, what is going on? How about the Joe Rogan situation? How do you feel about it? I want to know what is going on. The world, it's getting crazy. Now, I'm not following it too deep, but I will say this. Apparently, he said some word that's a bad word that people shouldn't be saying. He's saying it. Then there's a whole big thing going on that people were supporting him. Now they're not supporting him, like The Rock, for example. The Rock supported him, but then it's brought to his attention that it wasn't very polite, and now he doesn't support him. What is your opinion about this whole Joe Rogan situation? Let me know. Let me know what's going on here. As I read the chats and as I read the comments, I really would like to know what you guys think. So does he have the power to stay with Spotify, or are they going to remove him? Do you feel that Spotify, I guess in the result, are you happy how they handled their end of things? I'm curious because it all started back with Neil Young. Neil Young felt that Rogan was giving out misinformation, especially medical and all the stuff that's going out. So he decided to pull. It's either me or Rogan. And Spotify came back and said, hey, in a nice way, they said, take goodbye, Mr. Young, with your music that you've given us all these years, but we're going with Rogan. I got to hear what you guys have to say. And then later on, there's a loop going out that he's saying the word that you can't say and you shouldn't say. And I don't know if he said it out of content, but I want to know. Let's see what's going on. Some of the comments here. Howard Stern. Now there's an old thing of Howard Stern, but he did a little skit with Robin Quivers, his co-host, and it's from the George Jefferson, from the Jeffersons, Sherman Hemsley, and he's making believe he's Whoopi Goldberg, and it's pretty heavy. Okay, what Stern is using the old Al Jolson look, and he's using the word you're not allowed to use. So how come nobody's going after yet? They're not going after Stern, but they're going hard after Rogan. Everybody's eligible to play. Just go to my website, adikalive.com, and all I need you to do this. We're giving away records, we're giving away money. Okay, so all you got to do is go to info@adikalive.com and put your Venmo information, your name, your email, and if you want to play. If you have vinyl records, you want to come on the show, let's come and enjoy. I'll do what I am going to do is I'll take everybody's name in a hat, and then I'll take a draw, and then we will email you back and let you know, hey, this is the date we're playing. Can you play? And you'll be eligible to play as long as you write to info@adikalive.com. And also you got to subscribe to this channel, but it's a lot of fun, prizes, keep the energy going on the weekend. Alrighty. It's a lot of fun. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Now, ladies and gentlemen, really quick before we get out of here, we have a couple minutes left for today's episode. Guess who's coming on right now with a disclaimer? Bam.
Ask the doctor what you should do. Ask the doctor a question or two. It's all pain-free without the shot. All advice is free. Please call 911 if you need assistance. Podcast.
Hi guys. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you.
Can you? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Sorry, technical difficulties this morning.
That's okay, Dr. G. Good to see you here. Probably people thought me and you had an argument over this, Joe Rogan situation and the both thing. But, what? I'm trying to read what I got here, and I don't have my glasses on, so it's so hard. Being 54 years old without my glasses to read, it is so hard. I can't do it. I can't.
I've given up on not having my glasses. I got them on, obviously.
Oh my God. Like I'm trying to read right now what's going on with Joe Rogan, and I'm trying to remember for the good people that are watching the audience, and I'm having the hardest time because my glasses, here's the weird thing. Too close, I can't see. It's too blurry. I'm like this. It's brutal. But you're here, you're my eyes, you're my friend, and thank you for being here, Dr. G.
Hey.
I got my kid yelling. I got my kid. What? Hold on. What's the matter, Brooklyn? That's your kid or my kid?
My kid was in the background, so I think you were hearing Leo.
Oh, that's Leo. Oh,
yeah.
No, never mind. Oh, Brooklyn,
he was upset. He was upset with the morning situations. He didn't quite understand what was going on.
Okay, we have real life. This is real stuff going on.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Dr. G, that people are very happy to see you. Maui Swift is happy.
Hey, everybody. It's good to see you. Thanks for being patient.
Look at that. Look, Reverend Jenny is here. Thank God it's
Hi.
Yes. You'd be the type of guy that I'd be on an airplane. I'd see you and Miranda walking. I wouldn't know you. I'm like, they're going to be sitting next to me.
Those
Now,
people.
when it's my kid, it's okay. But when it's somebody else's kid, I'm like, oh my God. Levi, great show. Thanks, Levi. Thank you. Really quick, Dr. G.
He just said great show because that was until Dr. G got here.
Until Dr. G got here. 54 is young to me. Oh, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Reverend Jenny. Am I farsighted? You know what? I'm both, Mitch. Age caught up to me. I used to be I couldn't see things. I was nearsighted when you can't see far away. Now they call me bifocal ADIKA in this neck of the woods. Now it's awful. It's awful. So
this is a trifocal I got from like Costco. It's like
really?
You had to adapt to it. So like you have like reading and then normal sight and then being nearsighted. Usually then I have issues seeing distance as well. So
Costco got me really good. Those mother effers, and I'll tell you something about Costco. I bought these pair of Tom Ford glasses there, like when I was living in Central Coast, and they were great. Reverend Jenny, thank you so much, sweetheart. I do love Costco, Renee. I do, but sometimes I got to bitch at them. I don't mean, before the heebie-jeebies, it was a wonderful place for a date night. You go get all the samples, and you get full. It was great for date.
Wow. Yeah. Impressive, Stefan.
But I will say this. I bought the Tom Fords. I go, these are great glasses, and they're at Costco. And whenever you go to Costco, even if it's not a deal, you feel like you got a deal. So I go to the eye doctor there, and I buy the glasses. Years go by because you spent money on these Tom Fords, 3, 4, 5 years. I go back to Costco. Your eyes change. And I asked them, I go, can, put new lenses in them? Oh, we can't do that no more. I go, why? These are designer frames. But I go, you did it the first time. Oh, no, but if something happens, we don't want to be responsible. I go, what does that mean? I go, I just bought Tom Ford from you. So, ladies and gentlemen, while you're out there of the jury, just beware. If you buy Tom Fords or any high-end designer at Costco, they will not put the lens after like 3 to 5 years in your eyeglasses. So you're stuck with the designers and you're stuck looking like Mr. Magoo. So be careful out there. Okay.
It's funny. We were just Miranda's birthday was recently, and we took her to the sunglass house because she can't stay in Costco from just too many people. So of course, we go there, and she's buying these sunglasses, and I'm trying to entertain Leo, and I hear in the distance like Dior's. Well, we never sell those. It's like, oh man, this is going to cost me a boatload. But that was actually not too bad. More expensive than Costco, mind you, but we came out okay.
Costco's about a $300, $500 day, without a doubt. Minimum 300 when you go in there. Would you agree with me?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you do any of the shopping, unless you go in there focused, that's the idea.
It doesn't matter. No, you go out there. I'm getting the paper towels and toilet paper. It's costing you $300 to $500. I got the Eurus, and then
that's
go home.
A lot of toilet paper. You could be the issue behind the problems.
You don't even know what you got. I got Duracell. I bought the Duracell triple A's. I got the double A's. I got frozen fruit. And amber. This costs 500, and I'm looking, and for
Mhm.
$500, what do you get? They give you a nice big box from the old vegetables to carry your stuff there. Thank you,
Pretty much.
Costco. God. Fan of the week
Yeah.
for today. Fan of the week is all you guys. You know what? Reverend Jenny, Renee, Cooking with the Kid, all you guys, Donnell and Oakley. Thank you, Laura G, Maui, everybody. Thank you very much. You guys are
Costco's
great. You
valid.
guys are great. And Debbie Muller, wherever she is fan of the week as well.
Awesome.
All you guys, Laura G, you're dumb too. Love you guys. You're dumb too is a good co-host today. She helped me out putting things up quick. What do you think really quick about this whole Rogan situation? First of all, it started out with the Neil Young thing.
Right.
He's giving misinformation. Now then Rogan comes back and he's telling everybody like, hey, I don't know everything. I know a little of something. And it's about a conversation, his show. It really is. He's not a doctor,
Right.
And then you get now the word. I don't even want to say the letter. Maybe that we should remove that letter from the alphabet. That's my idea. Any word that's linked to bad words or offended words or racial words, just remove it. We don't need. I think the letter Z is a safe word. The letter Z. Is there any bad thing in Z? X, Y, Z.
I'm sure we could
Keep
find
three.
something. Yeah.
In X, Y, Z. Keep three letters of the alphabet. X, Y, Z. Start a whole new language right now. But we live, but then there's an old episode of Howard Stern with Robin and Sharon Hemsley, the Jeffersons, and they're doing a spoof when Whoopi went with Ted Danson. They used to date with each other. And he's doing an Al Jolson face, Howard Stern, and he's using the word a lot in his skit. And I even got offended. And it doesn't take, I never get offended. I'm like, wow, that's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy.
Some of these
There goes
things
the
you just-
alphabet, Mitch. I say remove it. Take it all out.
We actually watched a little clip of a Saturday Night Live in the skit they did, with a guy impersonating an Indian, meaning a Native American, with a midget, meaning a small person. It couldn't even be done today, as far
You
as
can't even say the word M.
So
what you just said, the short. Guy.
Exactly. And so it's the way they did that. It could never be done today. And it's interesting because, even Whoopi Goldberg got 2 weeks of not censorship, but paid vacation, whatever they called it at whatever station she's on, because of there is misinterpretation, but she adds to the conversation. So it's not understood is that each of these things it brings out, you have a choice not to listen to. And the whole issue is, we should speak with grunts. I like that. Yeah. I'm actually pretty good at that. And so so you go along and you look at this and say, well, gosh, I can just not watch Whoopi Goldberg or Joe Rogan or whatever. And the idea, because somebody was pointing out, it's each forum, it's a paid forum, has the right to take on or off whoever they choose. Nobody's going to argue with that, but it still comes down to the machinations of this world that are trying to keep people from thinking. It's like, when I bring up the word vaccine hesitancy, oh my gosh, it's like the World Health Organization calls it like one of the greatest problems, like smoking in the world, whereas what I would use with that term, that's actually just means somebody using their brain, right? And so because everybody should be hesitant on any intervention, right? And you can use that because that term has been around for long before the current thingy, and so what is vaccination hesitancy? It's somebody actually willing to use their brain. And so, and hesitate. Before I cross the road, I should look both ways. Before I choose to do an injection, I should take a look at it. And so, what's happening now is just there is a message that is selling in this world, and it takes us down a certain pathway, and anything that fights against that message is going to be censored in some way. Pressure will be put on, and it is censorship when it really comes right down to it, because the way we communicate right now is through these media. Even like you were saying, if we use this word, the thingy word, you might get shadow banned or something like that.
It has. We were started out when we, it's. I mean, I'm all about just speaking my mind, but obviously, I remember a long time ago I used the word, and my wife goes, "You cannot say that." I go, "It doesn't matter." And and you're a real doctor. Then we have the characters out there starting trouble and all this stuff. You're giving good information,
Right.
but people have the right to do their homework and what you're saying, you're giving them this lead. This is what I believe. This is what I think is all right. So me, who's novice, doesn't know. Okay, so Dr. G on Stefan show said this. Let me Google. And okay, he's okay. I know a little more about this because Dr. G. Whether you want to agree with Dr. G or not, or
Right.
you have the choice to watch another show.
Exactly.
But we were growing 100 subscribers a week, and then I'm like, what's going on? Is it me? Do I, is it the show? And it can't be me because
Oh, of course not.
It's not.
You're
I'm
beautiful.
perfect. Like I know my strengths and weaknesses. I know what I'm good at. I'm funny. I'm funny, but I'm all heart, and I don't mean bad on anybody. But people will build you up, and they love to see you crash and burn. And that's what's going on with everybody right now. I mean, I don't agree with everything with Rogan, but I do find him, and I what I do like about Rogan, he's entertaining. He does a conversation. He knows a little bit about something, but not everything.
Right.
But back in the day, Johnny Carson, Merv Griffin, Tom Snyder, all these characters, it's such a drag. You can't have a conversation without hurting somebody, offending.
Right.
Like my wife, even with, I don't even want to say what goes on in politics. I can't talk to her. I go, you get very intense. I can't talk to you about it. Like I'm very Switzerland with everything. I don't. I'm Switzerland.
Yeah.
Oh, Reverend Jenny. Look. Thank you, honey. Look, Maui Swift. Love Doc. I like Doc. I love it too. Yeah, it makes me happy. Just Maui. Just do you, Stefan. You're awesome and fun. Thank you, Maui Swift. I am pretty awesome and funny. You know what?
That is true.
I'm also obnoxious, Dr. G.
That is true.
But I'm a sensitive guy. And then when I see, oh my God, this show is not growing, it bums me out. Then it makes me, should I stop doing this show? Well, hell no, Dr. G. I'm staying. I'm not going nowhere. I am for the people.
Woo!
But it's just a drag. It's just a drag. It's since the heebie-jeebies thing, people been locked in their house. They have more time to think, more time to complain,
more time to go down rabbit holes,
more down and just it's really everybody. The bottom line is, you know what? If you don't like something, don't stay and what. It's like going to a party and I go to Dr. Let me give you an example. I go to Dr. G's house for a party, and the guy serves food I don't like. What do? I don't like the conversation. Leave. And then tell my wife, I'm never going back to this animal's house again. It's just awful. And that's it. Just go somewhere else.
Exactly.
That's it. You have a choice, And it's just, I wish we could go back in time and just be a kinder and be nicer to each other and stop taking everything so crazy, I guess it goes back to my grandparents, Dr. G. They'd always whisper on Brooklyn. Oh, can you see what she just got divorced, the lady down the block? Like my grandmother would whisper. That's Grandma. They can't hear you. They live 2 blocks away. Back in the day. But anyway, it is sad. It is. Don't get Maui Swift. Don't give up YouTube control. You know what? I'm not giving up. There's another platform that I actually checking out. Rumble. Eric Singer told me about it. I think Russell Brand's on it too. I just subscribe. I'm going to start uploading shows there too, but I'm not going nowhere. I can't go nowhere, Dr. G. I put too much time into this and I refuse to fail, and I need to be huge, big, famous so I could have you want to be my friend. But Dr. G, on a serious note here, Wally Grove, yes, but rabbit holes are fun. We're all meeting the Mad Hatter. That is true.
There is a truth to that, yes. You never know when you're going down the right rabbit hole.
That is true. You see,
means people can express some fear of government censorship, and see, where does the government begin and where does government end? Because in the end are the same powerful influences between big ag, big pharma, and all the news media sources the same people. And to the end, are they really our government? And do we really even have a democracy? Is it so it goes on and on in terms of the levels of this, folks. And that's why every little step that we accept that it's okay to censor a Joe Rogan. Oh no, it's not. It's a private company that's being put pressure on. Well, where's that pressure are coming from. And just so everybody knows, certain websites think that the Robert Malone MD interview with Rogan is the greatest interview of all times, and that's one viewpoint, is that this is the game changer we've been looking for, the greatest interview of all times, and other people using that as a reason to take Joe off of the Spotify. And so it's very interesting how these different things are viewed. Why can't we actually just agree to, like I said, look at it from whatever perspectives, try to understand the other person's view, because it is again, not the N-word thing. That's whatever. I didn't hear any of those things. But if we stick to
you didn't hear about all that stuff?
Well, I heard that was going on. If I heard any of his interviews where he was
adding fuel to the fight, it's almost like somebody's out to get Rogan. And
so exactly, why are people pulling this stuff up now? Well, if we can't get him for this, let's go back and find if he ever used the N-word. He's a racist too. And I'm not saying he is or isn't. And so I agree. And that's the thing, is we're trying to find these things, but the offense is about what is the cultural norms. And if you my talk today on IG will be about probiotics and how much research is out there about why probiotics are so important. But they're all published in lesser journals, so nobody actually gets to hear them. And they're only probiotic studies if they're made by a pharmaceutical company, not if they're probiotics made by anybody else. And so, which means that's where the money is, folks. And so it's interesting, because when we look at preventive health, the terrain being more important than the organism, how much conversation is in our society going on about this, about what real preventive medicine is about? And the answer is there's almost none, because it doesn't fit into a paradigm that the only thing you can do is a jab. And that's just simply not true. And I agree that all true knowledge always engenders empathy with the person or thing involved. If you're not developing empathy, then you're not developing understanding. And having dichotomy is needed in our society, because it's the basis of actually almost Western civilization is based on argument. Argument meaning coming to a greater understanding of the truth through discourse. Okay, that's what an argument is, not about winning, folks. And so isn't it cool that we have forums where people can say things that don't go with the current paradigm, because that's what we need. Okay, so. And there's many forms of speech. Again, you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. We all understand that there is a slippery slope to this whole issue. But that's true. And so, and that's the problem, is people wanting to be right instead of learning. Okay, and I would agree with that. If you're going on trying to
Laura G, it's going to be boring if we're all born with the same. It's true.
Exactly. It's much more interesting to have discourse, and we can disagree. It wouldn't be an interesting discourse if we weren't disagreeing on something, because if you just everybody just agrees, it's the hallmark of any good discourse is, wow, we're challenging our brains by thinking of things in a different way. It is
Dr.
difficult.
G, right now, before you came on, you're having technical difficulties. It was, I'm tired. I'm getting my coffee together, and it's hard to do even a show with just one person, when me by myself. So I'm trying to, feed with the audience. And now the show is rolling. Now we're talking, having a conversation. People are enjoying the chat. This is exactly the show that I always wanted to do. But I'm afraid by myself. What can I say? What can I not say? That's why if you're on here, I have my opinion, you have yours. I blame it on the doctor why the show's failing. See?
Exactly. I'm an easy target.
All right, Dr. G. You know what? We're gonna get out of here, because I have to go do stuff. You're gonna be 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Instagram. Probiotics you're talking about, huh? I want my stomach to be flat. I want to look like Brad Pitt from Fight Club. But how can that happen?
Oh my gosh, that's actually not where we're going this with probiotics, but probiotics can help the microbiome, which can help with your metabolism, which actually can help with the maintenance of optimal body fat. So yes, it can be that.
It can help you, because sometimes you get bloated, and probiotics can help you, right? You know, the bloat in the stomach, right? There's a lot.
Probiotics working with your microbiome, that's the whole group of organisms within and without you, is a marvelous approach to health, everybody. So, and it isn't part of the mainstream discourse, including including preventive medicine and the world of taking care of your terrain so you don't catch things, that should be like front and center right now. It really should, because why aren't we talking more about these kinds of things? To having a healthy terrain in the face of rugged weather. That's what we're going through.
Yeah, exactly. And I love blocking people from the channel. You know what? The guy comes in here and starts hawking me China here. But you know what?
No.
Anyway, you know what? So we talked a little about this. Dr. G got a late start here, but to recap, Rogan's going through something.
Right.
He had the support of others. People pulled off of him. The Rock decided to, hey, I'm Team Rogan now. Hey,
Right.
it's brought to my attention what he's been saying.
Right.
They took who knows what the content meant when he was talking about these words, and they looped it all together. And it's a whole crap show right now.
Right.
So anyway, then you got Howard Stern's old thing, but they're not really going after Stern. But who knows what's going to happen? Maybe they will go after Stern. Nobody is safe. It's like the movie Jaws.
Right.
Get out of the, dun, 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 dun. It really is.
Right now, Stern is part of the paradigm that supports Big Pharma, so of course he's going to be fine. So is Neil Young. He's supporting Big Pharma by his stances and things like that. So he's part of the paradigm that's being supported. And until they stop doing that, then they'll be supported. And then you'll find out that, oh my gosh, Neil Young used the N-word, and then whatever else, because somewhere in his life, I bet there's a recording where he has.
Everybody's used it. Guns N' Roses, they used it on the song "One in a Million." If you listen to the words, it's crazy. It's heavy.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
And
this is the world we live in, everybody.
And then you soundbite it, and that supposedly is who you are. And that's the problem, folks, is if you hear these things about the misinformation on Joe Rogan, listen. Now, be careful. It's 3 and 4 hour podcast, people. It's like, it's a time commitment. So the guy talks forever. But if you actually want to have knowledge, actually listen before you say there's misinformation there, because it's really, some parts are again, whenever you do a 4-hour interview, you're going to have some parts you got to go, that's interesting. But there's a lot of good information there too.
A lot of good information.
Challenging things. So, and I'm not saying he never said anything bad in the past. That would be silly. And so, but that's when you see people being systematically taken down. As soon as I heard this thing that was going on with the looking back at old things where it's N-word, so you can see this is a systematic attempt to get him taken off the air, because he allows a dissenting viewpoint. Remember, he's just talking to people with dissenting viewpoints, the Malones and McCulloughs of the world, the doctors that are big in the anti-vax world. And
everybody's a troublemaker in this world. That's it.
I'm considered a troublemaker too. I'm just not as aggressive, about it.
You're a wild card of it. You need a leather jacket. You need to go out there. I'm the doctor. You're like Dr. Madness. I'm going to start calling you. That's it. Everybody. All right, let's do this, Dr. G. Let's do this. We're going to see more Dr. G, 9 a.m. Instagram. If you love Dr. G, follow him there, subscribe to him there. He's going to be middlepathmedicine.com, where I get all my spices and my fun stuff. My red yeast, rice pills for the cholesterol, my fish oils, not from Costco. Costco will get you in the end. Costco.
Exactly.
The Tom Ford glasses, I don't forgive you. I got to go find a boutique place and spend $300 to put new eyes in my lenses. You want me to walk around like Mr. Magoo? How dare you? I should have known. Thank you, Dr. G, for telling me about that fish oil. Who knows what you're getting?
I'm there for you.
There's
some good stuff there, and there's some crap there.
Dr. Evil. Everybody here today, I got to thank you. You guys are all beautiful. Thank you. Stefan is the sensation of YouTube. Thank you, Steve.
Certainly.
Dr. Madness. People like the Dr. Madness. I gave you a new name. I come up with it all. The Doctor's Own Doctor. I give everybody a name, and they try to do their own channel. And you know what? It's not as good as this channel.
There you go.
Thank you. I love you. I love you. And even the person that got blocked today, I love you. I got your attention, and you hung with me. Whether you love me or you don't, share this out. If I annoyed you, share to somebody you can't stand. Ying. I always like getting a little ying from you. Please subscribe and join this channel. Artist on Record, ultimate intimate vinyl conversation with your favorite artist. Subscribe there. And if you do want to be a part of our game show, everybody, you don't have to be a Patreon. You can win a record or money, whatever I'm giving away. info@adikalive.com. Put your email, put your Venmo, and we'll draw you an email of a hat, and we'll bring you on the show if you want to come on the show. And remember, if you're shy, we could just put a block over your face and bring your voice, but then you can't really play the game. So don't even bother to write. So on that note, everybody, we want you. We need you. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. The good doctor loves you. On that note,
I do.
Dr. G, before we get out of here and start madness in the world, you have anything to say to the good people?
Peace and love, everybody. Too much discordance out there. Just, go with the flow and hang with the people that you love, even if they have different viewpoints, because different viewpoints
That's
so
beautiful,
important.
Dr. G. That's beautiful. You're a beautiful person. We love you, everybody. We'll see you later. Mwah. Bye.
It's coffee talk with the Tika. Nothing rhymes with that but chicken tikka. We name drop here with Stefan and all his friends.
Wonderful show, Dr. G. Thank you very much. And for some other great episodes, if you missed it, just make sure you click right on that box right there. There's something good for you. Until then, everybody, we'll see you later. Follow Dr. G, 9 a.m. on Instagram today, Pacific Standard Time.
See you later.
Probiotics. Brad Pitt. It all goes together.